So we're excited to welcome to Let's Get To. We've got Christy Buchar, who is in charge of all of the wonderful merch coming out of Erie and the SeaWolves. Christy, first of all, thanks for jumping on Let's Get To.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
As we were recording this, I just got home and I got my SnoWolves jersey. So there you go.
That's
My
awesome. That's a great jersey.
It really is. It hits me right where I live. It's y'all's brand and it looks like an old Astros jersey. So here we
It
go.
does.
Talk to me a little bit about you, though, your career. Like, how did you end up getting involved in merchandising and branding and then ending up with working with really one of the most iconic brands in minor league baseball?
Sure, absolutely. So I actually got my start with the Cleveland Indians, or formerly the Indians. I worked for them for 4 years, actually, as just holiday help, and then I was hired on full time. My boss there in with the Indians, she took a job with the Harrisburg Senators as a merchandise director, and at the time, I had little knowledge of the minor league world. So she invited me out there to just kind of see what it's all about working in that industry. So I went out there in 2010 to work their All-Star game, the Eastern League All-Star game, and had a lot of fun doing it. And so I met a couple people out there. And the following year, I took an internship out there to kind of start learning a little bit more and getting more involved with the minor league world. And after my internship year there, I took a year in Hagerstown, Maryland, and was a community relations director. Realized that wasn't my cup of tea. So I went back to home. I'm from originally from Cleveland, so I went back to Lake County Captains, worked for them for 6 years in tickets and a little bit more in merchandise, and realized that merchandise was really where my heart was, and I really enjoyed doing the merchandise aspect of things in minor league baseball. So when I found out that the Erie SeaWolves were opening a brand new team store at their ballpark, I thought that was a great opportunity for me to maybe see what I can do with a brand new store, see how I can develop it. And here I am in Erie today. This is my fifth year, fourth season. So, and I'm loving every minute of it.
You when we met in person, you mentioned that you were kind of in minor league baseball, kind of a bit of an albatross because Erie's one of the few teams with a person dedicated just to working with how the brand is expressed through merchandising. I mean, how cool is that to know that you have the backing of an entire organization?
Yeah, it's great. Being the first full-time sole merchandise director here, it's been awesome just to get to know the brand, get to know all the different logos that we have. We have so many of them, and then just to be able to really dedicate my time to um, focusing on bringing in all of those logos in some kind of aspect, whether it's a hat, apparel, novelty item, and then really just expanding on the offerings that we provide here.
Yeah, and if you look over I guess it's over my right shoulder, mid, you see that I have two of y'all's hats up there. I've got your St.
Mhm.
Patrick's Day and your Halloween. I'm a big fan, and
Yeah.
partly because it is so it's a look that's easy to pivot and still look good. So how much of that do you think is the brand intention, and how much fun does that give you guys as a front office to kind of play with coming up with whatever might be next?
Yeah, so our goal is to really bring in all fans from different backgrounds. So offering these different logos gives some a little bit of something for everybody. Franken Wolf might get like the edgier fan. The Irish Wolf helps with the Irish heritage. We also have something that's big in minor league baseball is the program Copa de la Diversión program, which brings in Hispanic heritage back to baseball. So we're allowed to offer that kind of offering. And then we just have our basic bandana wolf, which is our traditional home road cap icon, and it provides for the traditionalist, the traditional fan, something. So I feel like we do have something a little bit for everyone, so that everybody can enjoy our brand and enjoy baseball here in Erie.
Okay, let's see. All right. So, what about it do you think works so well with fans? And I say this with the preface of, again, I've been a fan of you guys forever from afar. I think between you and the Hooks, I own the most stuff. Like I think it's the Astros, and then it's you guys in the Corpus Christi Hooks. But what I noticed is there's so much more than even I've missed at the game. Like I was like, oh, that's a cool Star Wars jersey, and that's a cool this and that. Why do you think just it connects so well with people?
Again, I think it's just the variation. We have edgier things, we have traditional things, we have more creative, colorful things. So, like a lot of team stores are going to have their basic, team colors. Where our store, with all the different logos that we provide, the neon greens, the pink and blues of Copa,
Yeah.
it's a colorful environment that I get to work in. And so bringing that in, it attracts fans, and fans want to come in and see what's the latest and greatest thing. Um, I think fans have come to know that, we probably have something for them and they want to be a part of it. And so they're going to come in and, um, they're a fan of the SeaWolves, but maybe they're not a fan of the bandana wolf. Maybe they're not a fan of our new Howling Dead logo. But I'm sure with all of our logos, they can find something that they enjoy and tie themselves to our team.
One of the things that a lot of other minor league baseball front offices say is when they play as a different team or a different brand, they have to do a lot of explanation to the fan base. Fans will show up going, why are the Blue Ghosts playing? I came to see the Hooks. At this point, because you guys are so pivot so much, are your fans kind of now used to that and therefore just sort of looking forward to what might be next?
Yes and no. We still do a lot of explaining. I've got the Copa de la Diversion speech down to a T. So we probably, especially in our first year, I said it maybe 2 or 3 times a game. Now, 4 years later, I'm saying it maybe once every other game. So I think fans are getting to understand that we do have different identities. But every once in a while we do get that fan, and sometimes mostly from out of town, like who are the pinatas, who are the snow wolves, who are the pepperoni balls. We're going to be debuting the pepperoni balls logo on field this weekend. So a lot of people are asking, like, what is this? But it also gives us and our staff an opportunity to explain Erie, explain our heritage, where we're coming from, and what we're doing to get fans excited to come out to another game and maybe see us as that identity. So it provides us a lot of different marketing opportunities.
One of the things, though, that I noticed is everything that you have on the brand in the store is really high quality and it's really classy looking. Nothing looks sort of thrown together last minute. How much care do you guys put into how you're going to express that brand, whether it's on a hat or a pennant or a t-shirt? And how much do you, again, try to make sure you align with the mission of the Erie SeaWolves?
Absolutely. So we take a lot of advice from our fans. What sells, two, what are fans asking for? And something that we've really understood in Erie is simple is best. Simple is key. So even just putting a logo on a t-shirt, that's what people want. They don't want the fancy scripts. They don't want the glitter and the bling and the silver and whatnot. It's very, very simple block lettering. So we take that advice because we want to offer our fans something that they're going to buy, not just something that we think they're going to buy. So we do spend time. I have a couple people who actually take a look at everything I'm ordering to make sure that it's online with our brand. And a lot of it is also what vendors offer to us. So I basically pick and choose from catalogs. Yes, I think this is going to work, or no, this is absolutely not going to work in our area. And so I think it's just really getting to know your fan base, getting to know the locals, what they want, and then going from there.
All right, so I have a couple of random questions that have
Okay.
nothing to do really with the Erie SeaWolves as we wrap things up.
Mhm.
Okay, what style of hat do you feel like fans react to better? Is it the 5950, the 3930, or a dad hat? And I'm asking this mostly as a competition with a friend of mine.
Okay. I would say 3930. That has been our most popular hat. 5950 is standard for collectors, but for everyday wear, 3930 is what fans are asking for. And I've been able to bring a lot more of that in the past couple years.
Yeah, in fact, it's funny because for you guys, I will buy the 5950 for the shelf and the 3930 for my
Mhm.
head. So,
Yes.
um,
Yep.
okay, Godfather 1 or 2?
I haven't seen either of them.
Wow. Okay, well that usually ends.
I'm not a huge. I like movies, but there's a lot of classics I still need to see.
All right, so next year we're gonna check in with you, and you'll have seen both, and we'll have
Yes.
we'll have a quiz. The film teacher in me wants to really explain to you why you should watch them. All right, very last question: when you're at a ballpark, what is your go-to ballpark food?
Hmm. Something unique to the area. I like to get something that's a local food item, not your hot dog, not your hamburger, not your nachos. Something unique.
I had the pepperoni ball while I was there, and it
Hmm.
was delicious. Then I had another one.
Yes. Yeah.
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 There we go. Well, Christy, thanks so much for taking your time and jumping on. Let's get to.
Sure. Thanks for having me.